So guys, we've been doing a lot to better everybody, to be clear. And I want to make sure, again, that you understand why I don't tell you what to do. People have been reaching out and asking for a lot of great advice. Look, I repeat, I don't know everything. I know a lot of things. I know that I can be better. I know that we all can be better. So it's imperative that we test the information, study the information, and then apply the education/information to potentially better our dog's life. Here's the thing. If I begin to tell you exactly what to do and you deal with gastrointestinal inflammation, your dog begins to choke, you don't know how to do the Heimlich maneuver, has blowouts, you see a little blood in the stool, I then assume the responsibility of both your failure, because you're never going to give me it, for your success. Now let me be very clear in saying there are some people, and I have the messages that say, listen, I know you don't know me, but I've been watching, listening, learning the stuff you've said to do. I've applied it, and my dog is better. My dog is better. So I say, for one, thank you for the kind message. I'm glad that it helps. I'm glad that it works. And in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of both vision, integrity, and laying a strong foundation, to say the least. So I'll show you this book here. And another thing, look guys, I don't have to stay in a garage, by the way. I got plenty of places I can go. I like this setup. It works. The dogs are happy. Hunter's super understanding. He's a kennel partner, as you've seen in other episodes. But even some people out there like, you know, you don't have to stay there. You can come back. I'm like, I got places I can go. But I like this situation. It's peaceful. I don't know what time it is because there's no windows. You wake up and dang, it's nighttime. Dang, it's morning. You can't see nothing. You come out, you don't know what. Look at the clock. You're like, 9 o'clock. I'm up half the night. So, couple things. This is probably one of my favorite books right now. Structure and Action, The Making of a Durable Dog. You cannot breed a better dog if you don't know what the dog needs. So what did I start doing today? Working from the mouth, and I'll work all the way down to the feet. When you think of a bite, scissor bite. Why do you want a scissor bite? Because the teeth perfectly line. If the teeth sit on top of each other, they'll do what? They'll grind. If you have an undershot jaw, you put stress on the neck/vertebrae, and the dog often will have neck problems, back problems, and have trouble retrieving. Think about this, and just do this for all those bulldog people. Shout out to bulldog people who have bulldog stuff. Bring your jaw forward, and just do that for the next 5 minutes, and you'll feel the strain. I know bulldogs are cool looking dogs, but an undershot jaw, especially in the bully, is not the mission. That's stress. Then you wonder why sometimes the dog has behavioral issues. It starts with the teeth. When a dog doesn't have, and it even reads in that book, to be clear, when the dog doesn't have the proper mouth set up, that's how it grooms itself. Think about that. Dog can't groom itself. That's how a dog communicates at times. Dog run up on, what do? Now it can't bite, then it gets more aggressive. It says all that in the book. I go, wow, that's interesting. Just think how important a good bite is. So we start from the mouth all the way through the feet. Jaws. I like a good zygomatic arch. If the jaw's too narrow, what ends up happening? The dog loses his teeth. Now it's gumming it. Bless the dog's heart. So you want a good zygomatic arch, which is a good cheek. A good cheek. Eagle's got some good cheeks. You can see how his muzzle shaped, and then boom, he's got those cheeks out there, so he can bite good. He can bite good. Then we look at the eye. A medium almond-shaped eye, less prone to injury. Your Chihuahuas, your the French Bulldog with the big old round eyes, they get into some grass or some bushes or something, that eyeball gets scraped, boom, whole nother issue. Nostrils, nice and round. Right now, I think Jamarcus is back here holding the camera. I think his dog's got the strongest nostrils. That joker got a nose on her. You know that pig that was in Ninja Turtles? That joker, he got that nostril, boy. That nostril, I see the nostrils, the nares. So we call them nares on that joker, boy. You say, look, she look like a hog, per se. But you like, how do I do that? And even when you look at the nostrils here, this part gets soft. And it talks about some of the issues as far as breathing is concerned when it gets super soft and flimsy, because the cartilage doesn't harden around that area. And then the neck. You want a medium neck. What's crazy is I learned when I was analyzing this book is some necks are as long as the circumference of a dog's head. Some are as long as from here to here, and the longer the neck, the weaker the neck. And if you think about it, you put some at the top of a tree that's heavy, that does all the movement, what happens? It begins to stress itself. And if the neck is too short, you lose range of motion, because no matter how big or small the dog is, all dogs, based on what the book says to be clear, have the same amount of vertebrae in the neck. Isn't that interesting? So what do you actually want? You probably want a neck 2/3 the circumference of the head, if I was guessing, which allows the neck to be stable. Because the shorter the neck, let me see your next window. Let's look at this real quick. Body, I want to make sure I read this correctly. That's the teeth. Yeah, here I actually wrote short neck. There we go. Long neck, wrist, bull neck. The bull neck, which is, our bullies per se. Neck. There we go. Dogs that have the same number of vertebrae in their neck. So a short neck is usually only the appearance of a short neck. What? So a short neck is usually only the appearance of a short neck. Oh, that's what they're saying. Because they have the same amount of vertebrae. So even when the vertebrae or the neck is short, they still got the same amount of vertebrae. The most common cause of a short neck is straight shoulders. So when you think about shoulders then coming up, being straight, and they draw it in this line. See this line here? See where the neck's at? Boom, a short neck. Straight shoulders. As the scapula shifts upward toward the straight angle, more perpendicular, hides the vertebrae behind this, less neck shown and thing. In most cases, a dog front can hit the ground no farther forward than the end of his nose. So when your dog walks, the paw comes straight to the nose. And in some cases, when the oh, that's what it was. I remember now. I read so much stuff, I have to jog my memory. That's what it was. So when the shoulders are straight and the dog lacks range of motion, the output of energy increases, which wears the dog out more. So that's why short necks aren't ideal, especially if you're doing any type of agility or work with the dog. So shout out to all you pocket people who breathing them short necks and thick necks. Joker can't turn around, see nothing, do nothing, get elbowed in the head. Hey man, with me. Chris, which one of y'all kicked me? So I'm writing up and finalizing our standard, breaking things down from start to finish, literally what the dog needs to look like, from the teeth to the nares, to the feet to the paws, and most importantly, as we create the new AMT at some point, so we can better build a better dog. I'm not trying to better the breed, because I don't personally think that the American Bully, it's going to be around forever, to be clear. It's not going anywhere. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to solve its problems would be to create more problems. Because if I did build a dog specifically, not saying that won't happen still, to the American Bully, people would take it. I got this fit bully blood. You like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I'm going to give everybody that I want to be involved with what we got going on their paperwork so they can leave me alone, and I ain't going to put my name on nothing. You can register that dog under Houdini if you want. But once we sell our dogs, if you're not an affiliate, which we'll talk about in the next episode, what does it mean to be an affiliate, and how do we go about affiliation? Then I don't want nothing to do with you. It's really that simple. I don't want to get caught up in the hype. We're just here for the dog. So for now, point is this. I'm not going to assume responsibility. So even somebody just text me and say, hey, I know you don't want to tell you, but I won't blame you. What are some good stuff? What are this? Because we're testing just as much as you guys are. Think about the human body and how many issues we as humans have, as far as cancers, diabetes, inflammation, gut problems, irritable bowel syndrome, just irritable period. You start going down the line, there's a lot of triggers and issues that we as people are dealing with, and a lot of it is food related, which leads to disease. So to presume that we know what a dog needs beyond a reasonable doubt without testing specific theories, clearly never giving the dog anything that is toxic, lethal, or could kill it. Never going to do that. But testing the limitations of our dogs with food and the application of high value / quality food, I don't want to be responsible for, again, both your failure or your success. I want to put stuff out there that makes you question things, go down rabbit holes, and learn and apply. And there will be a small community, if you go to My Dog Tools, where we educate, teach, and work through together with the understanding that these things could go wrong. But on here, if you see me on any other platform, thank you for following on all platforms, whatever you're following us on. If you didn't hear me say it, I didn't tell you directly, be careful with what you give your dog unless you understand why it's of importance. So for now, stay tuned, take care of your dogs. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back here soon.